Greetings Whovians and welcome to Timey Wimey Review. I can't believe we're at the end of September already, so let's round up the month with a Doctor Who quiz. A monthly quiz on the Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel that is related to anything and everything from the world or universe of Doctor Who. We don't need any Google here, it's just a bit of fun. So please like, share and subscribe as I try to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of 2025. And also let me know in the comments your scores, but do try and keep the answers out of the comments so everyone enjoys this quiz. We'll start off as always with round one, Who Knowledge, where we get to test your Doctor Who general knowledge. 10 questions, all worth 1 point each. Very best of luck. Here we go with question one. What 6 segments was the Fourth Doctor and Romana collecting throughout season 17 of classic Doctor Who? What 6 segments was the Fourth Doctor and Romana collecting throughout season 17 of classic Doctor Who? Question 2. What device did the Doctor create that would ensure the TARDIS would land at unpredictable times and places? What was the device called? Question 3. Which aliens did Sarah Jane Smith, Luke, Clyde and Maria encounter in the first episode of the Sarah Jane Adventures? So I'll give you a bit of a clue on this one. I wasn't looking for the aliens from the pilot episode. It's the actual first 2-part story from series 1 of the Sarah Jane Adventures. Question 4. What was the name of the 5-part miniseries that made up the 3rd season of Torchwood? So it had a bit of a tagline for this one. What was the name of the 3rd series of Torchwood? Question 5. Which biscuit did the 11th Doctor, threaten the Daleks with in the episode Victory of the Daleks? Name that biscuit. Question 6. Which companion of the Doctor's lived in flat 34 of the Parkhill estate in Sheffield? Name that companion. Question 7. The meddling monk appeared in the first Doctor story, The Time Meddler, and which other televised first Doctor story? Question 8. Who wrote the 3rd Doctor story, Inferno? Name that writer. Question 9. What was the 10th Doctor's alias in the episode Tooth and Claw? He gave himself an alias. What was the name? And finally, question 10. What was the name of the mercenary who was the commander of the Dalek troopers and then encountered the 6th Doctor against the Cybermen? Name that character. Whilst you're thinking about those answers, there's some tough questions in that round. I've been a bit ruthless for this month. But yes, if you are new to the channel, hello, thanks for dropping by. This is a channel dedicated to anything and everything related to Doctor Who. So we've got reviews, Doctor Who bargain hunting videos. I've done quite a lot over the summer. News features and editorial, and something new that I would like to bring to the channel, which I will talk about a little bit later in this video. So do check out all my fantastic Doctor Who related content on Timey Wimey Review YouTube channel and also on Timey Wimey Review TikTok. And you can also say hello to me on Facebook and X. But I do appreciate everyone that has taken the time for the quiz and any of my other videos on Timey Wimey Review YouTube and TikTok. I'll put all the links in the descriptions for all those social media outlets for you to enjoy. Okay, let's go through the answers for round 1. Who Knowledge? 10 questions, all worth 1 point each. Did you get all 10? Let's find out with these answers. Very best of luck. So question 1 was, what 6 segments was the 4th Doctor and Romana collecting throughout season 17 of classic Doctor Who? It was the Key to Time. They were after the 6 segments that formed the Key to Time, hence the Key to Time season. Well done if you got that answer correct. Question 2, what device did the Doctor create that would ensure the TARDIS would land at unpredictable times and places? So a nice little link from the first question. And it was called the randomizer. It was called the randomizer. Device was the randomizer. And yeah, Fourth Doctor quickly got rid of it after 1 season. Yeah, he did it to sort of hide from the Black Guardian. I think that was the original intention, but I think the actual writers was like, nah, we'll get rid of that. So yeah, very well done if you got that question correct. It was the randomizer. Question 3, a couple of spin-off questions from Who Knowledge. Which aliens did Sarah Jane Smith, Luke, Clyde, and Maria encounter in the first episodes of the Sarah Jane Adventures? It was the Slevene. The very first two-part episode for Series 1 of Sarah Jane Adventures were called The Revenge of the Slevene, and it was the Slevene that they took on in a school as well. It's a great episode, great two-part episode to open up a full series of Sarah Jane Adventures. So if you haven't watched it before, do check it out. Question 4. What was the name of the 5-part miniseries that made up the 3rd season of Torchwood? It had its own tagline, and it was called Children of Earth. Children of Earth. And again, if you have not seen that 5-part miniseries of Torchwood, do check it out. Even if you haven't seen it for a while, do check it out. It's a great 5-part miniseries. Question 6. Which companion of the Doctor's lived in flat 34 of the Park Hill estate in Sheffield? Very recent companion, this one. Yasmin Khan. Yasmin Khan. She lived in that flat in Sheffield. Question 7. The meddling monk appeared in the first Doctor story, The Time Meddler, and which other televised first Doctor story? It was the Daleks' Master Plan. Peter Butterworth returned as the meddling monk in the 12-part epic that was the Dalek Master Plan, or the Daleks Master Plan, I should say. Question 8. Who wrote the 3rd Doctor story, Inferno? It was Don Houghton. Don Houghton. Well done if you got that question right. I haven't done many sort of writers type of questions, so I might add them on in these monthly quizzes. Question 9. What was the 10th Doctor's alias in the episode Tooth and Claw? He gave himself an alias when he met Queen Victoria, and it was James McCrimmon. James McCrimmon, as a sort of bit of a nod to his former companion, Jamie McCrimmon. He called himself James McCrimmon. And finally, question 10. What was the name of the mercenary who was a commander of the Dalek troopers and then encountered the 6th Doctor against the Cybermen? It was Lytton. His name was Lytton. He appeared, it was Maurice Colburn, I think his name was. I do apologise if I got the surname wrong. But yes, he appeared in 2 classic Doctor Who stories. The 5th Doctor story, Resurrection of the Daleks, and then the 6th Doctor story, Attack of the Cybermen. Total up your scores and let's add them to the next round, round 2, which is called Beyond Doctor Who. So this is going to be 5 questions, all worth 1 point each. And this is about people that have starred or been quite sort of affiliated to Doctor Who, but have gone on to other televised TV or movie projects. So if you know your TV or your films, you're going to be in for a treat for this one. That'll really stretch your Who knowledge on this. So very best of luck. Here we go with question 1. Karen Gillan has been cast to appear in which 1980s cult classic movie reboot, which originally starred Christopher Lambert? Karen Gillan has been cast to appear in which 1980s cult classic movie reboot, which originally starred Christopher Lambert? Name that movie. Question 2. David Graham and Shane Rimmer made guest appearances in Doctor Who, but also provide the voices of Parker and Scott in which classic Gerry Anderson TV series? Name that classic Gerry Anderson TV series. Question 3. Have a look at this image. The TARDIS made a joke cameo appearance in which classic sci-fi comedy series? Name that classic sci-fi comedy series. Question 4. Patrick Troughton played Father Brennan in which classic horror movie from the 70s? And finally, question 5. Matt Smith has been cast in which well-known series of sci-fi movies due to be released in May 2027? Say that one again. Question 5. Matt Smith has been cast in which well-known series of sci-fi movies due to be released in May 2027? I'll give you a clue. Ryan Gosling is also being cast for the same movie. Whilst you're thinking about those Beyond Doctor Who answers, this is going to be also a segment just tying into a new sort of segments that I want to introduce to the Timey Wimey YouTube channel, all entitled Beyond Doctor Who. So what I wanted to do is review sort of various TV series or movies that have had strong affiliations from like actors or writers with strong affiliations with Doctor Who, but I've gone on to other projects and would like to review them. So I've done that with, done a couple already with Nolly, for example, which was written by Russell T Davies, and the other wonderful 4-part drama written by Stephen Moffat, Douglas is Cancelled. So I'd like to do a few more of that. I know quite a few of you have asked for me to check out Blake 7. I have checked out the first series, really enjoyed that, so I really would like to review that, hopefully in time for Series 2 to be released on Blu-ray, and then also review Series 2 of Blake 7. So I'd like to sort of just stretch out a bit more in terms of Doctor Who and just entitle that as Beyond Doctor Who. But that doesn't mean the normal Doctor Who reviews are going to stop. No, I haven't done any for a while, which I do apologise about. It's just finding the time. But yes, I want a good stretch throughout October, November to the rest of the year of Doctor Who reviews. I've had a lot of fun doing lots of Comic Cons and Doctor Who bargain hunting videos, but yeah, definitely would like to go back to the reviews as well. So that will definitely happen on the Time Ram View YouTube channel, and I hope you enjoy the new segments being introduced with Beyond Doctor Who. Okay, let's go back to the quiz. Round 2, Beyond Doctor Who. So this was 5 questions, all worth 1 point each, to really stretch your Who knowledge as well as your TV and movie knowledge. I hope you got all 5 right. Very best of luck. Here we go with question 1. Karen Gillan has been cast to appear in which 1980s cult classic movie reboot, which originally starred Christopher Lambert? It's The Highlander. The Highlander is coming back. It's going to get a new reboot with Karen Gillan being involved in that project. Question 2, David Graham and Shane Rimmer made guest appearances in Doctor Who, but also provide the voices of Parker and Scott in which classic Gerry Anderson TV series? I didn't want to involve Tracy because I think I would have given it a bit too much of giving away. But the answer I was looking for is Thunderbirds. Thunderbirds. So that's just celebrated its 60th anniversary. Very happy anniversary to Thunderbirds, a brilliant TV series. If you haven't already, I did do a retrospective look at that show because, yeah, it did mean a lot to me, this show, growing up watching it as a kid. So I really wanted to sort of pay tribute to that classic Gerry Anderson TV series. Question 3, look at this image. The TARDIS made a cameo appearance in which classic sci-fi comedy series? Red Dwarf. Very much a blink and you miss it appearance, but it did make an appearance in the cult classic comedy series Red Dwarf. Well done if you got that question correct from that image. Question 4, Patrick Troughton played Father Brennan in which classic horror movie is from the 70s? And it was The Omen. The Omen was the answer I was looking for there. And finally, question 5, Matt Smith has been cast in which well-known series of sci-fi movies? I gave you a little bit of a clue. Also, Ryan Gosling has been affiliated with this project, due to be released in May 2027, and it's Star Wars. The full title is Star Wars Starfighter, so if you got Star Wars Starfighter, give yourself 1 point. If you only just said Star Wars, that's absolutely fine. Give yourself a point. But yeah, really looking forward to Matt Smith being involved in Star Wars. Does look quite good, this one. I know the sort of the sequels to the original trilogy, and maybe they've been a bit burnt out with the sort of newer Star Wars movies and TV shows that keep appearing on Disney Plus. But yeah, I've enjoyed most of the work on that one. But yeah, definitely looking forward to Star Wars Starfighter and Highlander coming out in the cinemas in the not so distant future. But total up your scores. Let's add them up to the next round, the final round, round 3, and it's the return of the Doctor Who picture round. So I'm going to give you 2 picture rounds for this one. One from the classic series of Doctor Who and one from the modern era of Doctor Who. And you're going to have 5 images from each question. So if you name the story or episode with just the very first picture that you see, give yourself 5 points. If you see the second picture, give yourself 4 points. And then just all the way down to the 5th picture, you get yourself 1 point. Hope that makes sense. So yeah, you can really ramp up those scores with these 2 picture rounds. So very best of luck. I will start off with the classic Doctor Who story. So best of luck. Here we go with picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3, picture number 4, and picture number 5. Name this classic Doctor Who story. I'll just give you a few more seconds before I reveal the answer. Pause the video if you need a bit more time. No worries on that one. But the answer is the first Doctor story, and it is The Web Planet. The Web Planet. Well done if you got that particular picture round correct. Here we go with the second picture round from the modern era of Doctor Who. Very best of luck. Here we go with picture number 1, picture number 2, picture number 3, picture number 4, and picture number 5. Give you a few more seconds. Have you got it? Very recent episode, this one. Okay, time's up. The answer I was looking for is Rogue. Rogue, 15th Doctor episode, Rogue. So very well done if you got those 2 images correct, or 2 of those picture rounds correct. You earn yourself a maximum of 10 points from this round. Total up all of your scores, and it's out of 25 today. Did you get all 25 points? Even if you just got 1 point, let me know in the comments. Be loud and proud with your scores. I would love to see them in the comments. But thank you very much for watching this video. I hope you've enjoyed this Doctor Who monthly quiz for September 2025. If you have, please like, share and subscribe. Hit the cloister bell for more notifications. Come say hello and follow me on Facebook and X. And do check out my other fantastic Doctor Who related content on Timey Wimey View TikTok. And of course, right here on the Timey Wimey View YouTube channel. Thank you as always for your love and support, and keep watching the videos. Really appreciate you taking the time to watch my videos on Timey Wimey View TikTok and YouTube. Until we meet again.